When you think things will get better for Israel and for America, it just keeps getting worse. Let's talk about what's going on. Everybody laughs at Yemen for being poor, yet the Americans are poor themselves. And guess what? The Yemeni Houthis have America and Israel like this. By their throat, they're like, sit down, we control the Red Sea and you can't stop them. And nobody could stop them and everybody's still laughing at them. Maybe we should send these TikTok keyboard warriors out there to the Red Sea to stop them. We'll see what they could do. But the Yemeni Houthis have threatened that they're going to cut off the fiber optic cables in the Red Sea. Now, if you don't know anything about the fiber optic cables, these are very important because they're used for communication and data transmission globally, and they control the financial market. So if they cut those fiber optic cables in the Red Sea, which is very hard, I'm not gonna lie, it's very hard to cut these cables because they're made to withstand a lot of natural disasters and so forth. But if they do cut off these cables, they have a potential impact, a huge impact on the financial markets around the world. You know what? Just fucking cut them so that way I can hear Americans talk about, I didn't get my package on time. Man, fuck it, cut them shit.
Have threatened to cut the Red Sea underground Yemen's Houthis have threatened to cut the Red Sea underground fiber optic cable if the US and UK launch another attack on Yemeni airports. This is a huge threat, as this cable is the lifeblood of communication pathways connecting Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. The severance of these cables poses a serious threat to geopolitical stability, global financial markets, and cybersecurity. More than 99% of the world's international internet traffic and more than 80% of international telephone communication traffic passes through submarine fiber optic cables. Yemen's Houthis.
All right, I'm going to give all praises, glory, honor, and power to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. All right, those who rule well and who I learned this truth from. And salutations to the brothers stiffly pushing this one truth in all sincerity and diligence, risking your lives and freedoms to do so. All right, shalom to the rest of the elect. Okay, as we all await the second Exodus coming quickly by the hands of Lord Yahweh Shah. This your brother, Chagabar. All right, and as you can see, apparently these Yemen Houthis have threatened to cut these underwater fiber optic cables, which, you know, even myself, you know, I didn't realize that most of this, all of the internet, man, is ran from these underwater fiber optic cables, man. You know what I'm saying? The whole time they had people convinced, you know, that it was these satellites and shit, but it's in reality, it's underwater. OK, and the fact of the matter is that these cables, OK, a good portion of them pass through, you know, they pass right by Yemen. OK, they had that map pulled up, which I'm going to try to pull one up here, that if they was to cut these cables, man, it would pretty much disconnect the East from the West. You know, and we know that a type of internet apocalypse, you know, a disruption to this internet. All right. Blackouts and those things are coming. All right. So when you look at this map here, OK, these submarine water cables, which transport, it's responsible for 99% of international internet, as well as these telephone communications, man. Well, it's all done by these underwater cables. And when you look here at Yemen, OK, you see a good chunk of these cables pretty much come to like a head here. All right. And yeah, they say these cables are hard to cut, but nonetheless, the fact that this narrative is being pushed out there, it's highly likely that this could occur. Right. And as they mentioned, it would disrupt the global financial markets. OK, everything that's done with these transactions online. I mean, literally everything is, we live in an age of, you know, information, a digital age. So if this is to occur, man, this is going to be that internet apocalypse that we've been warning you people about. Okay, and they've been saying that a solar flare could cause it to happen, you know, disrupt these satellites and the GPS and the grids. Well, even the more another way it could be brought about is with these damn cables being cut. And the fact that the US and the UK are continuing to attack those Houthis, this is a viable threat. All right. So if they actually really went out and said this, then, you know, this is something we could be looking at. All right. It says, are the global underwater communication cables the next target of Houthi terrorism? All right. And as they said, these cables, all right, connect the internet infrastructure, all right, globally. Okay. All right. Connecting the east to the west. All right. It says, let's read a bit. It says the Yemeni terrorist militia has yet to directly threaten attacks against the internet infrastructures connecting the east and the west, but there are concerns that they could attempt to do damage the international communication cables laid on the seabed of the Bab al-Mandab Strait, which that's what I just showed you here, right in this area. Okay, now I was looking at several videos. Okay, I believe one of these videos I was looking at, I think the Houthis went out and said that they never said this, but nonetheless, this narrative is being pushed out in the open. So it could be another case to where you got the U.S. and the U.K., are the ones who are actually responsible, right? Just like they did with that Nord Stream pipeline, okay, just to blame it on the Houthis and cause this internet apocalypse, man. Okay, a complete blackout on the internet, which would also fuck up the global financial markets. You see that crash. We know that crash is coming. We know blackouts are coming. We know a shutdown on the internet. We know all those things are coming, man. So being in this time of war, okay, this is the type of shit that they talking about is about to happen. This article says pro-Houthi channels threaten to harm internet cables. You see, so most people didn't realize, man, but these cables, this is where your internet comes from. All right, these underwater cables. You just look up, is the internet underwater? It says under the waves at the bottom of the Earth's oceans are almost 1.5 million kilometers of submarine fiber optic cables. You see that? All right. It says going unnoticed by most everyone in the world, these cables underpin the entire global internet and our modern age, information age. So if they're to cut these cables, all right, which I don't know how many they'd have to cut, or I don't even know how many there are. But the fact is that if they were to cut these cables, man, this would completely shut the fucking internet down. Okay, shut off communications and do all of that, man. You see, it says people think that data is in a cloud, but it's not. It's in the ocean, right? So why is everybody walking around believing that it's in these satellites, man? Because that's what they've pushed on the people, but the whole time it's really underwater. All right. So if they cut this shit, man, they're gonna everything's gonna happen, man. Okay, it's gonna fuck everything up. Right now, of course, they're saying these cables are hard to cut and blah, blah, blah. But we know shit, the U.S. and the U.K., man, they got the equipment, the technology or whatnot to cut these cables. OK, it's out there. All right. So don't be surprised, man, if, you hear some shit where, the cable was cut and then this is the reason why you have the fucking internet outage and all these things, man. And even show that in Leave the World Behind where they wasn't able to get on their phones. Okay, because there was no internet. So we know that those days are approaching very, very quickly. We're in a heightened state of cyber attacks. You got cyber attacks happening all over. You just had they said China. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Okay, because they're about to cut the plug, man. They're about to pull the plug. Give me one moment, and then we'll go ahead and end it off. China. Okay, they saying that China's pretty much are within the infrastructure over here in America, man. Like all they need to do is, as soon as they get the reason to pull the plug, to fuck this infrastructure up, cause the grid outages and all those things, man, they can do it. Fuck up the water treatment centers and all of that, man. But yeah, this just went out. FBI director warns that Chinese hackers are preparing to wreak havoc on U.S. critical infrastructure. See, so these warnings aren't going out for nothing, man. So we coming into the days real very soon to where they're gonna put a plug on the internet, man. There's gonna be grid outages. There's gonna be blackouts, and quite honestly, man, you can't say you weren't warned. All right, so with that, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah Bashim Kakadash DTAY Baba Ball. Shalom.